So we live? Okay. All right, we'll give it a minute to make sure. We'll run through. All right, let's see. Brad, are you up for permanent pledge, so to speak?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Heather will be our clerk tonight. Noel, you good for the minutes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Dawn, you good on the bills?
I am.
We'll be hearing mostly from Chris and yours truly tonight. The first thing is the post-annexation zoning of 4 cases set forward favorably from Planning Commission. Paula, if you would start all those rolling when we get there, would be great. Since these aren't really controversial or no, we hadn't had any comment, I'll just do a group hearing instead of individual for those. Then while Chris is up there, we've had a request. I believe this has been yearly from our SROs for a couple of them to attend TASRO. And I'll let Chris tell y'all all about that while he's up here. And then if there's a motion to approve, we'll take that. We'll need consent. That was kind of late coming, not on the agenda, so I'll take consent on that. From my report, we did sell all the vehicles, so glad that is handled. Chris's is in the state, undergoing some the modifications and so forth to make it a public service vehicle. I'll mention a little bit about the parade. Special thanks to Culinary, the program at Rudd, for handling the refreshments, and any comments on that we'll welcome. I'll remind everyone about the January change. That will be the 8th, and I believe that's the 22nd, correct?
Correct.
Okay, 8th and the 22nd. I moved bucket truck. I thought I was close on one, and having a little trouble finding one this is terrible grammar, that's used but not used up. And I'm still exploring some options, even reaching into the state bid to see if there's a good price that I'm not aware of on bucket trucks. But, I'd rather spend a little more and have something we don't have to. I thought I had one, but that particular model was going to need several $1,000s in hoses right off the bat. So I went another direction. So maybe in January, I'll have some further information there. What we're looking to do is, of course, with the holidays, is to close lunch Christmas Eve, and then we'd be closed Thursday and Friday, and we'll post some emergency numbers on our Facebook, and we'll let the public know about that. Some of you may remember that Trombauer was couple of weeks ago. I'm happy to report that our drama program from the high school received all superiors plus 5 all-star cast members, and that is a very high award under the Trombauer series, if you're familiar with that. Gilmer Drive, that culvert project has begun, so the entrance to the Gilmer Industrial Park at Gilmer Drive will be closed, but Flight Drive is open and is in great condition thanks to our efforts down there. So as a reminder, that will be closed. They hope to be through Tuesday, and then we will have a typical curing process for about 28 days, give or take, depending on the weather and so forth. So we'll advise everybody about that. And then lastly, we have completed the closing across the street at Main Street. That, of course, was all electronic with the seller being in Texas, but that I think I think it's all done except for her recording the deed in the next day or two. So I did task Hal and Chris. Hal is working on it to go ahead and get the health department either the waiver or the permit from our side for demolition. I think that'd be easier if we handle that government to government. and then I'll start with the RFP. That'll be less than bid amount, and then I'll have a proposal for y'all, probably second meeting in January, to approve our next steps over there. So exciting to add that, get that added. Yes.
I don't know about that. We did talk to them today.
Okay.
And we do have to have a permit, and we do have to have.
Okay. All right. Well.
Have an asbestos test.
Okay, okay. Well, we'll move forward with that internally then. And so, Hal indicated if that was the case, he knew contractor. I don't expect any, because that was residential and built about 50 years before asbestos was in place. So, anyway, thank you for that update, Chris. But we did get close, so we'll proceed as soon as we can with adding that to our Rock School campus. I believe that's all from the mayor. Then back to Chris. I guess I could have printed that by demand, but some of y'all may remember, Dawn certainly will, back in the early days, part of our FEMA compliance is our agreement to adopt their floodplain ordinance. Now, Chris, I'll just put this in brief unless you have something to add, but we basically agree not to allow development in the floodplain is essentially what these.
And basically, anything that is done has to go through Jeff Gunn.
Correct. This is a very important function. Some of y'all may have noted there's a city right now in Shelby County grappling with trying to get some FEMA relief money for houses that were allowed to be built in the floodplain. We're very fortunate here. After some of you may well remember the floods. We had 300-year floods inside of 6 years, 99, 01, and 03. Fortunately, FEMA, we do have a few areas, but FEMA did quite some mitigation in those areas, for example, down where our park is. So, any rate, Chris, did you have anything to add on that?
Basically, this is the same thing that we done in November of 2023. It's exactly the same. This is an ordinance that is prepared by FEMA and sent to Jeff Gunner. Jeff then changes some things and sends it does. But they're just now looking at it and realizing that in November of 2023, where there was a place that left blank, it needed to be changed, City of Pinson, it wasn't changed. All we're doing is changing a couple of things.
Syntax items. Okay.
Nothing, it's not even a new one.
Oh, okay.
This is only
Right.
correcting the one from then.
Yeah, but very important, and that keeps damage from our floodplain. It keeps business and residents out of harm's way to the extent of construction. So that's sort of zoning. Paula, you want to put that up since you're on the roll tonight, or does anybody else want to hop in the floodplain?
I do.
Okay, all right. All right, then our last, well, no, not our second to last. I've got two together, and I'll talk about library board. Hang on. We have an annexation, one annexation. Anybody like to propose that tonight? All right, Brad, on the annexation. And then lastly, I've discovered that we have not handled library board in a couple years. And then in that, we discovered that we've had a vacancy for 2 or 3 years, an unexpired term, and that actually expires in March. But to give us some time and have a fully seated board, reached out to Robbie, who helped us get the library started. So and he's agreed just to sit for those 4 months. So we have a lawfully seated board, if y'all are okay with that. So everybody good on the library board? Okay. So anybody want to offer library?
I'll offer it.
Okay. And then Allison is in the process of getting a couple of applications. Some people that are interested in serving on our library board, but this will at least get us the 4 or 5 months that we need to have a lawfully seated board, so.
So what does that
Anyway.
mean? So we have a board, but we just have not
It's been
been
short
updated
one.
and,
Well, yeah, correct, yes. These people, of course, the way these are usually worded, I don't know, this is the one that we used last time. Yes, Lisa, they've still been serving, but they technically have not been reappointed.
okay.
So Lisa, technically, y'all laugh at me, Lisa expired in, let's see, those are what, 4-year terms? So she actually expired, I think, last year. Natalie is, no, I'm sorry, these are 1 year ahead. So she expired in '24. Natalie expires in Natalie expired in '25, that's right. And then this term that has been unfilled technically expires, these are March or April to March. Expires in March, it's been vacant for a couple years. So we'll have a fully seated, lawfully seated board, and then we'll
just
come
rotates
back
every
around
year.
and get on the schedule in March, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay.
Is Lisa's a full term?
Yes, and
Okay,
she's already served part of it,
Okay,
as
that
has,
one.
yeah.
Okay, that's why it doesn't say, okay.
Correct, yeah, she's actually already served part of it. And then Natalie will expire in, no, Natalie's already expired. I'd have to go back and see the years.
Yes,
Yeah, I
fine,
should
that's
put the
fine.
year, try to put the terms on the next one. But any rate, so yes, that's technically, the board is, I won't call it vacant, but technically there's only 2 people on it right now.
Right, okay.
If you, in its strictest lawful rating. So this will get us back seated and get us back in cycle,
Gotcha.
if you follow me.
Okay.
Okay, Dawn, you're up for that?
Yeah, I did it.
All right. And that is what I have tonight. We'll, Chief, I don't want to put you on the spot. I know y'all will be the happiest potentially, but I saw somewhere, is Old Springville Road opening tomorrow or? Okay. Would you, during your time, talk about that? I know y'all, you're happier than anyone, followed by
Wow.
the residents. So,
That's all the people, they have to go through this. round.
correct. So, if you'll just touch on that with whatever else, it may not have happened today. I just saw the county update, but if you'll touch on whatever it is you've heard in the last few hours, that'll be great.
It was still closed today.
It was still closed today? Okay. So, anyway, well, if the chief has any inside, whatever, but I believe it is imminent, correct? Okay. And again, that goes into the curing. Sometimes you have to let it cure for, just like our Gilmer contract. Isn't that exciting, concrete curing? I know y'all love to hear that, so, okay. Don't laugh at me down there, so, all right. All right, I believe it's quite a full agenda, but I think we can move through it somewhat expeditiously, unless y'all know of any additions. Okay. All right, and I should, I guess, have given y'all the floodplain by request. I'm sorry we burned through so much paper, but you have your very own copy now, so, anyway. All right, well, we will, Jaleesa, you can pause the game, and we'll be back in about 15 minutes. All right, let me call the meeting to order. If you'll stand with me for the invocation, that'll be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. I have asked our semi-resident pastor, Short T, to lead us in the invocation tonight. Go ahead, Pastor.
Oh, gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. Thank you for your grace and your mercy. And God, thank you for a phenomenal week. God, right now we cover this meeting, that everything that comes forth is of you, God. Cover this city and surrounding areas. And God, once again, we thank you for this time of the year that we celebrate your Son, Jesus Christ's birth. And God, we give you the praise, we give you the honor, and we thank you for the peace that surpasses all understanding. In the mighty name of Jesus Christ, amen.
Amen. Councilor
Attention.
Walker.
Salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. May be seated. You would silence any devices. Heather Lind is appointed as clerk this evening. Madam Clerk, can we have the roll call?
Counselor Thompson,
Here.
Counselor Walker,
Here.
Counselor Tanner,
Here.
Counselor Sims,
Here.
Counselor Holt,
Here.
Mayor Sanders.
Here. Is there a motion to waive and approve as printed the meeting from December 4th?
Yes, I offer a motion to waive the reading of and approve the minutes from our December 4th meeting.
Second,
Second.
discussion. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. And that is unanimous. All right, let's see here. All right, next, Counselor Tanner.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to pay the bills in the amount of $156,441.85.
Second,
Second.
discussion. In favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. And our vendors will be glad that we were going to pay them. That carries unanimously. Thank you. All right, next we have 4 cases, and anticipating no discussion, I will combine the hearing and ask if there's any hearing concerning post-annexation of 6450 Womack Road, 6840 Ridgewood Drive, 7443 Hitching Post Drive, and 4657 Elfreth Johnson Road. All right, seeing none, I will close the hearing on those 4 cases. And we will take them, now, before we get in a roll, the one on Elfreth Johnson, let's see, is that the last one, Chris? Okay. Those are actually duplexes, okay? So you will note on that ordinance that it says current use. There's, that is our closest zoning, is just something that would allow a duplex on an R1 lot. But those are actually being completely renovated, and we're happy, very happy about that, especially Hal. So just wanted to let you know about that. All right. Counselor Sims concerning proposed 22.
Could I offer up an ordinance for ordinance number 2025-22 for rezoning property at 6450 Womack Drive from an R1 to an RL?
Second,
Second.
unanimous consent to consider.
Counselor Thompson,
Yes.
Counselor Walker,
Yes.
Counselor Tanner,
Yes.
Counselor Sims,
Yes.
Counselor Holt,
Yes.
Mayor Sanders.
All right, consent passes. Questions or comments on the main ordinance? Roll call vote on the main ordinance, please.
Counselor Thompson,
Yes.
Counselor Walker,
Yes.
Counselor Tanner,
Yes.
Counselor Sims,
Yes.
Counselor Holt,
Yes.
Mayor Sanders.
Yes. All right, the second concerns 6840 Ridgewood Drive. Counselor Sims.
I'd like to offer up an ordinance for ordinance number 2025-23 for rezoning property at 6840 Ridgewood Drive from an R1 to an RM.
Second,
Second.
by Thompson, consent to consider.
Counselor Thompson,
Yes.
Counselor Walker,
Yes.
Counselor Tanner,
Yes.
Counselor Sims,
Yes.
Counselor Holt,
Yes.
Mayor Sanders.
Yes, consent passes. Questions or comments on the main ordinance? Roll call vote on the main ordinance.
Counselor Thompson,
Yes.
Counselor Walker,
Yes.
Counselor Tanner,
Yes.
Counselor Sims,
Yes.
Counselor Holt,
Yes.
Mayor Sanders.
Yes, that is unanimous as 2025-23. Sorry, I didn't call the other one. That one was 2025-22. Moving on to 24 at 7433 Hitching Post Drive. Counselor Sims.
Okay, offering an ordinance for 2025-24 rezoning property at 7433 Hitching Post Drive from an R2 to an RM.
Second
Second.
by Thompson. Consent to consider.
Counselor Thompson,
Yes.
Counselor Walker,
Yes.
Counselor Tanner,
Yes.
Counselor Sims,
Yes.
Counselor Holt,
Yes.
Mayor Sanders.
Yes, consent passes. Questions or comments on the main ordinance? Roll call vote on the main ordinance.
Counselor Thompson,
Yes.
Counselor Walker,
Yes.
Counselor Tanner,
Yes.
Counselor Sims,
Yes.
Counselor Holt,
Yes.
Mayor Sanders.
Yes. And that is 2025-24 in similar fashion. As I mentioned, with the current use, 2025-25. Counselor Sims.
Offering an ordinance for 2025-25 rezoning of the following properties: 4657, 4661, and 4665 Alfred Johnson Road from an R3 to a CU.
Second.
Second.
Second by Tanner. Unanimous consent to consider.
Counselor Thompson,
Yes.
Counselor Walker,
Yes.
Counselor Tanner,
Yes.
Counselor Sims,
Yes.
Counselor Holt,
Yes.
Mayor Sanders.
Yes. Consent passes. Questions or comments on the main ordinance? Roll call vote on the main ordinance.
Counselor Thompson,
Yes.
Counselor Walker,
Yes.
Counselor Tanner,
Yes.
Counselor Sims,
Yes.
Counselor Holt,
Yes.
Mayor Sanders.
Yes. Unanimous 2025-25. And of course, we welcome all these properties into the city, and we'll be doing some more of that in a moment. All right, Chris, would you come and speak to us about a SRO request?
For the last few years, we have received a request from one of our SROs and a supervisor that we pay for them to go to Tazro down at the Gulf during the summer. I think we've done it the last 3 or 4 years. I don't remember how long it is. They asked for $2,500 a piece, and they sent some things. This year, some of the biggest things are they're going to have several classes on how to spot threats and what to look at online, different things for social media for the kids. And the other keynote speaker is a lawyer that is going to give a day and a half worth of school law updates. So that's going to be fun.
Oh, that sounds exciting.
Yeah. Well, when you're dealing with juveniles in a school setting, it's different than when you're dealing with adults outside. Again, they asked for this. This is earlier than we normally do it. The people that are putting on the school have asked everybody to go ahead and sign up early, because you have numerous municipalities now and sheriff's offices contracting SROs. They take retired guys from other department, put them on a contract, make them an SRO. Well, it's filling up faster than it used to. All right, these guys, and it's the same as it was last year. It's Deputy Hall and Sergeant Money. They're still going to go ahead and pay for everything they need to pay for. And they're still going to put it in for the county to pay for it, but they're probably going to be denied. So they went ahead and asked, could we approve it? If they need it, they can fall back to it when they need it.
Which is usually the case. I
Yeah.
think. All right. What is the will of council?
I'll make a motion.
All right, Counselor Tanner, a motion for immediate consideration, second by Walker, I believe I heard. Just since that did not make the 48 hour, is there any objection to consider immediately? All right, Madam Clerk, if the record could reflect just simply no objection to immediate consideration. Question or comment on the main motion? Roll call vote on the main motion.
Counselor Thompson,
Yes.
Counselor Walker,
Yes.
Counselor Tanner,
Yes.
Counselor Sims,
Yes.
Counselor Holt,
Yes.
Mayor Sanders.
Yes. Okay, you don't want to go with them to those fun-filled days of, okay. Very important training though. Thank you, Chris. All right, from the mayor's report, several things. We did clear our parking lot of vehicles, so we were, and some mowers, so that was great. The Christmas event was very well attended, both by floats and attendees. Our appreciation to Ms. Wallace and the Rudd Culinary students for manning the refreshment stand. If you do have a suggestion about Christmas parade, get that to us, and we'll start the planning. Later on. I did move. Well, no, let me take these in order. For January, for public remembrance, we will meet the 8th and the 22nd because of January 1st being that Thursday. So we'll post that on the Facebook as well. Thought I had us a bucket truck, but it's a little old than what I wanted to consider. So I'm going to keep looking, and hopefully I'll have something perhaps in January for y'all to consider.
What is the year and like mileage that you want to state?
Well, as y'all know, we're limited to 30,000 on a purchase outside going through a bid. You know, a new bucket truck is usually over 100. Now, just for fun, I have gone out to Alltech. They currently hold the state bid just to see if there's something. This is not good grammar, but it's hard to find a used one that's not used up. So please forgive me, all my former English teachers. But any rate, I'm still looking. I would rather, quite frankly, spend a little more if we needed to and have one that was going to be reliable for us for several years. So any rate, hopefully we'll have some, you know, we're not in a hurry. That's the good thing. So maybe I'll have something for y'all to consider or talk about in January. Let's see here. Remind the next 2 weeks, what we'll do to serve the public as well as allow our staff some time. We'll close both Wednesdays at noon and then be closed Thursdays and Fridays. We'll post some emergency contact numbers on the Facebook just in case there's a road emergency or something that we don't get through the sheriff's department or Chris or something like that, or a building emergency. As always, contact the sheriff's office or 911 for any emergency. I'm pleased to report that the high school theater group earned all superiors at the Trumbauer at UAB a couple of weeks ago. In addition, had 5 all-star cast members. And if you're familiar with Trumbauer, that is their competition mechanism, and that is a very distinct honor. So hopefully we try to hear from them or recognize those students at a later time, but I got that information today at the high school. If you travel 79 or need to use the Gilmer Drive entrance to the Gilmer Industrial Park, that will be closed for approximately a month. They have begun the culvert repair, and that will be reset with concrete, which will need about 28 days to cure. And so if you see cones and barricades down there, you of course can access that park through Flight Drive, but Gilmer will be closed for about a month. And to mention or to let the council know, we did get concluded today, or closed if you will, on the property across the street. I'll have a further report about plans there next time. Our internal staff is taking the next step towards the any asbestos testing that needs to be done before we go forward with that. So, but at any rate, I believe the deed should be recorded in the next couple days. All right, so I think that was all from the did you have something, Dawn? No. Oh, okay. No, you were giving me a look. Okay, I just checking. All right, that's fine. Thank you for that. All right, now back to Chris and Counselor Sims. If there's, some of y'all might remember, we were approached with this in the very, very early days about cooperating with FEMA. As a matter of fact, I believe we were even recognized by FEMA one year after our efforts down in the park area to purchase some of those properties that were not abated by FEMA. So, at any rate, we, of course, naturally, I don't take this the way I mean it. I don't know that we have really much choice other than perhaps to lose FEMA benefits, or the few affected residents could potentially lose their NFIP, right? But after the floods of 99, 1, and 03, FEMA and the county at that time did purchase numerous properties in our area, but that only applied to owner-occupied. But this, essentially, we agreed to prevent, well, you speak to it for a minute, Chris. They're tired of hearing me, so you speak to it for a minute.
Already hit everything.
Oh, okay.
You pretty much hit all the high points with this. We done this in November of 2023. This is the same exact thing, and nothing's changed. FEMA just now got around to looking at it and realized this was a generic ordinance that was sent out by FEMA. Every municipality in Jefferson County has this same exact ordinance. There are places where you change the name of the municipality, and when they sent it to us, it didn't say Pinson, it said something else, and it's about that thick. So we passed it too, and all this is correcting that.
But the overlay is the ordinance. Just for a brief moment about the fundamental purpose of the ordinance for those that might be unfamiliar.
Basically, this prevents anybody from building in a floodplain, and it also regulates anything that can be done in a floodplain. And us, I think most all municipalities in Jefferson County, we enter into an agreement with the county where the chief engineer, Jeff Gunner with Jefferson County, takes care of all of that. If people call here wanting to do anything on Main Street, we don't determine what they can do. Jeff determines what they can do. If
Because of
anything.
FEMA.
Yes, because of this ordinance. Basically, the biggest thing that I take out of it is the few residents that we may have that may have this insurance. If we do not do this, they cannot have that insurance.
Right, and there are a few that either missed or were not part of that first round. But I saw just today, there's a sister city in Shelby County
Yeah.
struggling to get people out where they should not have been allowed to build. Another good thing that's happened here in Pinson, the Land Trust has bought a lot of low-lying land to prevent it from those hazards and keep people out of harm's way, and we're thankful for that. So, all right, Counselor Sims, are you interested in floodplain?
Well, I'd like to offer up an ordinance.
Okay, all right.
Number 2025-26 for the updated floodplain agreement.
Second,
Second.
by Tanner, consent to consider.
Counselor Thompson,
Yes.
Counselor Walker,
Yes.
Counselor Tanner,
Yes.
Counselor Sims,
Yes.
Counselor Holt,
Yes.
and Mayor Sanders.
Yes, consent passes. Questions or comments on the main ordinance?
What is the NFIP? What is that?
National Flood Insurance Program.
All right, it is insurance,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, it enables our residents to have flood insurance, essentially.
Right.
Further discussion on the main ordinance? Roll call vote on the main ordinance.
Counselor Thompson,
Yes.
Counselor Walker,
Yes.
Counselor Tanner,
Yes.
Counselor Sims,
Yes.
Counselor Holt,
Yes.
Mayor Sanders.
Yes, and that passes ordinance 25-26. All right, the next item is an annexation. Let's see, Brad, I believe you wanted to have some more people join us.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, we have a petition for annexation into the city of Pinson, property at 5755 Dewey Heights Road, owned by Tina Adkins. And I offer that as an ordinance.
Second,
Second.
unanimous consent to consider?
Counselor Thompson,
Yes.
Counselor Walker,
Yes.
Counselor Tanner,
Yes.
Counselor Sims,
Yes.
Counselor Holt,
Yes.
Mayor Sanders.
Consent passes. Questions or comments on the main ordinance? Roll call vote on the main ordinance.
Counselor Thompson,
Yes.
Counselor Walker,
Yes.
Counselor Tanner,
Yes.
Counselor Sims,
Yes.
Counselor Holt,
Yes.
Mayor Sanders.
Yes, that passes 2025-27. And for public information, we've had a lot of ordinances tonight. Ordinances are considered permanent and require consent even to be considered, or unanimous consent, as we call it. So the first vote is actually allowing us to consider it. The second vote is the action. So that's just the law, is the short answer for that. So may appear redundant, but that is legally required for an ordinance.
Welcome to Pinson.
Welcome to Benson. Thank you, Counselor. Indeed, I think we have some more even in process, or we'll hope for that. All right, the next item, Counselor Tanner, concerning the library board.
Yes, I'd like to offer a resolution concerning the membership of the Library Board of the City of Pinson. Lisa Campbell is appointed to replace herself with a term ending on March 31st, 2029. Natalie Roberts is reappointed to replace herself for a full term to expire on March 31st, 2028. Robbie Roberts is appointed to fill an unexpired term vacancy that will expire on March 31st, 2026.
Second?
Second.
By Walker, what we discovered is we had not reseated some of these, and then we had an unexpired term. Robbie agreed to come back and help us have a fully seated board just for 4 months. And we do have some applications in process, but this will get us a lawfully seated board to help things. Allison may have a report for us in a minute over there. So, further discussion. We don't need consent because this is a resolution and not permanent, so we just get to vote once this time. Madam Clerk?
Counselor Thompson?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Tanner?
Yes.
Counselor Sims?
Yes.
Counselor Holt?
Yes.
Mayor Sanders?
Yes, that is Resolution 2025-42. Okay. All right, let's see. We have, well, do anything before I go to department heads that needs to?
I don't have any.
Okay. Let me first start with Park and Rec. If I have this correct, she didn't know I was starting with TP, but as her lawful name is, Taurus Piles, has been awarded this week the, let me get the name, a Merit and Recreation Award for her service through CPRP. So if you want to come on up, Ms. Piles, and you can take this, and we congratulate you on that step and look forward to, now tell us what the next level of your training is.
I can't pronounce the name of it, but it's a higher level in Parks and Rec.
Okay, all right, so we appreciate your service and congratulate you on that step. Yes. While you're standing, that was my segue. Any update on Park and Rec? If you'd like to tell us what's anything nifty going on with Park and Rec during, y'all have basketball during the holidays. Go ahead and fill us in on anything that might we might need to know. I believe it's on, unless Chris turned it off. Chris turned it off. You know how he is.
Nothing really major, but like you said, basketball. We have 3 6Us, 3 8s, 3 10s, 2 12s, and possibly a 14U. So numbers are steady coming in.
Good.
For basketball.
Okay. All right. Any questions of Taurus? Or TP just still doesn't sound right, but I know that's what you prefer. So, anyway, thank you. All right. Congratulations once again. Oh, yes. Thank you for that. The question from the floor, since we're in public now or public and head, is a senior center. Do we have a date in January?
So we do January 21st. We're gonna do a step and lunch. So we have they didn't give me her name, but she's gonna come out and do a step class, and she's bringing lunch on January 21st.
Okay, thank you for
So
that
we'll get more
question.
information out.
And we'll get that posted after the first of the year
Right.
as well. Thank you for that. Yes, we hope to have those. You can leave it on. You can have to leave those monthly. All right. Chris, I think we've heard enough from you tonight. Okay, all right. Chief, you want to come next from Centerpoint?
Well, good evening, Mayor and Council. Going to give a report for the month of November for the Centerpoint Fire District. And again, we cover beyond the city limits of Pinson, so we have the other areas. When I give some totals, know that it encompasses the whole district. But for the month of November, we responded to 886 calls for service. 24 of those were fire-related, with 2 of those being structure fires, what we call fire inside of a dwelling or occupied building. 529 of those were EMS calls, and 338 of those were transported of those EMS calls. And so for the city of Pinson, we average about 20% of our total calls are in the city limits. So that's how it breaks down. One significant call or day actually was November 25th. If you guys remember, there was a storm front that kind of pushed through that morning. We had a lot of tree damage and utility line damage, as well as a couple of roof structures. But for the total for the day, calls related to storm were 24 for us. So. Last month, we participated in Veterans Day activities in the Center Point area, and then also Hero Day that was put on at the municipal complex. We had a lot of training that went on in the month of November. We have a CERT team, if you guys are familiar with that. It's a group of volunteers essentially that get trained. They're civilians. They get trained to help during times of emergency or big events. We have a group of about 40 that are going through the CERT training, the initial training, and now they're doing follow-up training every Tuesday evening at 6 at our training center. So we're glad to have that, and then hope we never need it. But if we do have a big event, we have that extra resource now that we can interject in with our normal operations. We completed a driver operator class at the training center. And then for the entire department, our operations side, we did our annual job task. So that's like a physical fitness, agility, job task-based performance assessment that we do for all of our employees to make sure they're still fit for duty, and we can guarantee they're going to be able to do the job when they go out. And then lastly, we've seen an influx of electric vehicles in the area. We actually have a truck manufacturer in the near vicinity that's fixing to start manufacturing trucks with batteries. So we're having to get some more of our tactics and resources available in case we have a fire with one of these vehicles. They require a lot of water, a lot of time, a lot of resources. So, but we were able to get a couple of blankets. I know it sounds very primitive to just cover something with a blanket, but that's the best technology we have right now for electric vehicle fires. But we got these blankets. We can cover a vehicle when it's on fire, help contain it, suppress it until we can get it cooled down enough to actually extinguish it. But so we did training on that. And then lastly, Old Springville Road, it's supposed to open tomorrow, to my knowledge. I don't know if the weather's going to push it back, but that was the last word that we had was sometime tomorrow. And we're really excited about that, and I know everyone else is too. That's all I have. Any questions?
Where's the manufacturing facility?
The manufacturing facility is Autocar.
Uh-huh.
It's on the corner of Carson Road and Highway 79.
Okay, where the
The old
blue,
Meadowcraft
with the old
facility,
Meadowcraft.
Yeah, they actually manufacture like industrial vehicle chassis, but they're fixing to start doing electric vehicle truck as well. So we're trying to get geared up for that in case we ever have an event. But electric vehicles are already in the area. We see them quite a bit, but we're fortunate not to have one catch on fire and
That's right.
put out. So
There's no off switch for a battery.
no,
So-
sir, it's
so-
there.
Anyway,
Thank you
thank
guys
you,
very much.
Chief. Assistant Chief Archer, you up?
Nothing today.
Okay.
I've been out of town, got back late this afternoon. I was asked if I can come down here to the city.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not prepared for it.
All right, you're on deck next month then. Okay, Allison?
As she's coming up here, just mentioned Shred Day. When I came up to have some stuff shredded, Palmerdale Fire Department did some cleaning. And they
Oh.
had, I think he said 30 years worth of stuff that they,
Wonderful.
boxes and boxes they shredded.
Quite a few tubs that we had to bring down and taken care of.
Well, that's
Yeah.
wonderful.
It is.
Glad y'all could use it. We'll be talking about our March date as we get a little closer on that.
We may have some more stuff to come.
I know, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. All right, Allison?
Allison Scanlon, Director of Pinson Public Library. We just kind of finished up our big holiday programming for the month of December, kind of take it easy a little bit the rest of the month with, sporadic closings and everything for the holidays. We had our big annual holiday event, and this year it was Grinch themed, so it was the Hoobie Wuddy. And that was last Saturday. We had about 175 people in attendance with that. We had Santa and the Grinch there, and that was a whole lot of fun. Next week, we will have ornament pickups. You can come pick up a kit to make an ornament at home, to make a snowman if you would like to, if you're bored or you need to occupy some kiddos while you get some other stuff done next week. And yeah, we're planning lots of great things for 2026. We're already planning our summer program. We started planning in September basically, but we're really into planning summer right now. So lots of fun things to come.
And I don't think we saw you in November. We had some great times at the Boo Bash
Yes.
event. I think, and I'm happy, but I think every child in Northeast Jefferson County was there that night. But it was a great event. Great to see smiling young faces enjoying our city resources. So good job there as well.
Thank you. That's my favorite event of the year. So I'm a big
Is there any
Halloween
kind of
person.
account? Was there any kind of
Yeah,
account?
so we ended up, I want to say it was 860.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Great.
I think that's right. Yeah, I'm almost positive it was around 860. So yeah, yeah.
I'm just going to get a pallet of candy next
Yes,
year for
I mean, pretty much.
Halloween and Christmas parade
Yes.
and Turkey Creek and these
Yes.
great events, great and
Yes.
wonderful events.
Yes,
So,
and we appreciate, of course, you being there and having a table, and Jaleesa coming to help, and of course TP and the Parks and Recreation group coming together and helping us as well. It was, and all the other businesses and community organizations and churches who were there with us as well.
wonderful. All right, any questions of Allison? All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Also, if you have a senior-oriented program, be sure to get that to TP. Perhaps we can do a joint venture or something on Senior Day if you're having Tech Day or something like that. Y'all coordinate there. All right, I think that's all this. Oh, Sergeant Graham, do I have it right tonight? I wanted to give somebody a promotion this week, but they told me I could. Okay, Sergeant Graham. Okay, Sergeant Graham with the Sheriff's Office.
Good evening, guys. Yeah, I'm Sergeant Graham, Tim Graham. I'm the supervisor over all the contract cars for Clay, Centerpoint, and Pinson. My report is not as extensive as Chief's, and I'm not going to read all these lists off. A lot of these are just boring animal nuisance, shots fire calls, stuff like that. We had a total of 50 calls last week. We do weekly stats instead of the monthlies in the city of Pinson. I will say just over the hill at the storage place in Clay, they've been getting hammered with burglaries. A couple a day, it seems like, obviously during the nighttime hours. But that's really all I have to report. One just tip as well, as the weather's getting colder, and you can thank my son for this. When you're warming your car up in your driveway, be sure to lock it. Don't leave the keys in it. A lot of the push buttons, it's super easy to steal a car that way, and a lot of times the insurance won't cover it if the keys are left in there. So that's all I got. Any questions?
In any, they're all the time. Any new, I say new scams. Any new scams, telephone scams
Yeah,
we
they're
need to be
actually
aware of.
using my name. Actually, they're calling, telling you, Sergeant Graham, the sheriff's office, you've got some warrants, and when you need you to get a Green Dot card to take care of it. So
Okay.
we don't do that. We don't need to do PayPal, or we don't take Visa or anything like that. So we will never call you and say you've got a warrant, you need to pay for it. If you've got that, you're always going to have. If you got a warrant, you got to go to the jail, get it processed. So. But that's mainly it, and it's coming from the prisons. So our
no.
Sergeant Sanders in the MAC is on it all the time. When I was in the MAC, we dealt with it as well. So they got a lot of time to figure out how to scam people. So and that's what they do for sure.
The old saying, "When in doubt, don't send money." Is that a fair?
Absolutely.
Is that a fair phrase, or
Absolutely.
something like that? So, anyway, okay.
Well, the technology is advanced now that they can mask their number with a number
For sure.
of their choice.
Absolutely.
So
I thought you had to call collect. when you call out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should quit that. It's okay, it's all right. All right, thank you, Sergeant. Appreciate all y'all's response. I know y'all do often reply with or respond with the fire department, particularly in case of an accident or a injury or assault, things like that. So we appreciate all y'all do to keep us safe. All right, any other department head before we go to public?
Mayor,
Yes,
can I say something really quick?
absolutely.
This is not going to be actually work-related, but I just wanted to take a moment to thank the mayor, the council, the staff here, and also many other residents out in the community. I'm going to try to do this without crying. for being there for me in the last 2 years with the loss of my 2 daughters. I haven't had a chance to really say thank you to a lot of people face to face, and I just wanted to say how much it means to me that you guys have loved me through the hardest season of my life. So thank you all.
Absolutely. Yeah, certainly. We can't imagine,
You guys have actually loved me more than my own blood family has. So that says a lot about the people that live here in the city, and I'm thankful to be a part of this family. So.
and your daughters, I believe, graduated from Pinson.
My-
so
yes,
they were
my
well
daughter-
known by,
yes.
by many of our residents.
And you know, their friends that they had back when Katie was in Rudd playing volleyball, you know, those girls were at her funeral and their parents were there. They've carried some lifelong friends away from here even after we moved. And I don't know, I'm very thankful for everybody that has just loved me through this season. I don't know what I would do
Absolutely.
without you all.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Glad we could minister to you, Dawn. Oh, Jaleesa has something? Now, we're not putting addresses, so you put your name. Okay?
I'm Jaleesa, office assistant. We just wanted to wish Miss Heather a happy birthday. Today's her birthday.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that.
And we love you here at the city, and we really
Thank you.
appreciate you.
Thank you. Happy birthday.
Let's
Thank
sing.
you.
Ready?
We didn't know that.
We're gonna sing.
That's right. We're getting some love symbols from the back if you're watching online. So yes, we appreciate our staff. Couldn't do it without y'all. All right. Anything else from the dais before I go to public comment?
We're not gonna sing happy birthday to her?
I'll tell you what, let's finish and we'll look
Okay.
back around. Any public comment? Okay. I said any public comment?
Not
All
Chris
right.
comment.
Tracy, get us started then.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Heather. Happy birthday to you.
Aw.
Thank you.
That's right.
It's the first time I've ever been serenaded by somebody in a Santa hat.
All right, with that, if y'all are ready, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Walker, second.
Second.
I'm gonna say Thompson by a nose. Further discussion? In favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. We're hereby adjourned at 7:38.
Well,
Wow.
we're not gonna say everybody.